Hey you, let's shift our reality. Hey y'all, welcome back. It's me, Lonnie, from ilovelonnie.com or Talk Lonnie the podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and YouTube. The hidden power of forgiveness. I know it'd be hard to forgive, right? But we gotta do what we gotta do for us. It's not about them, it's about us. It's about freeing yourself emotionally. And it could also free you physically as well, just depending on what each person is physically going through. Feeling a way about something or holding on to something that somebody else did is giving them power over your emotions. So you're basically letting them know you can control how I feel. Who should be in control over their emotions? You or them? Should somebody be puppet mastering you and telling you when to feel a certain type of way or when you should be happy? No. So when you hold on to something, you're basically allowing them to have power over your emotions because they're controlling how you feel. And the whole time, most of the time when that happens, they not worried about you. They somewhere living their little best life. Not worried about you. And who over there stressed out? You. So it's not helping to hold a grudge or to be mad at somebody. It's only hurting you. And these things create health issues in our body. You're hurting yourself more being mad or being upset or sad than you are to just let it go. And then, like I said, it's not punishing that person that you're holding a grudge against. It's punishing you and then everybody else who come into your universe. Because now you're holding a grudge against them and you hurt about this situation. So now that hurt is coming off on everybody who come into your existence. So everybody else is paying for this situation to include you, except for them. That's why we just got to let it go somehow. We got to figure out how to heal from these situations and free ourselves emotionally. Forgiveness can actually lower stress levels, lower your heart rate, help you sleep better, lowers your blood pressure, helps with personal growth. It helps with emotional stability, so it helps you control your emotions much better. Look up stoicism. Look that up on your own time. Another reason why we should forgive is because we know that what shows up in our 3D is based on our thoughts and the frequency that we are on. If we are constantly thinking negative thoughts about this person that did whatever it was they did to us, what frequency is that putting us on? A negative type of frequency, right? So that ain't doing nothing but hindering what's showing up in our 3D for somebody who's somewhere living their little best life. Okay, so we have to figure out how to let it go. Now, we also cannot wait for an apology or wait for that person to have to be here. You cannot be like, oh, I can forgive them. I need to sit down and talk to them, or I need to get this off my chest. Like, no, you should be able to heal without that person. So we have to figure out how to let it go without receiving an apology, without having to have a conversation, without any of that. You can heal without that person. Another thing is when we hold a grudge against someone or be upset with someone, people do things to us. It could be intentional or it can be accident. But people only do things based on who they are. And most of the time, they don't know no better, even if it was intentional. Obviously, that person is not on a certain level of life to know that they shouldn't have done that, right? So they didn't know no better. Or they didn't care enough to know better, which still means they don't know no better. So allow them to go through their journey, however it is they need to go through that journey, because we know the energy we put out is the energy that we get back regardless. So that's something that they're going to have to deal with. That's their energy that they're going to have to deal with. So you sit back and be like, dang, they did me wrong. But you know what? Universe going to take care of that. I need to make sure I'm good. So what are you going to do? You're going to release and not hold a grudge. Pray for them. Send out some happy thoughts for them. I hope they figure it out. They're going to figure it out. But don't you let it bother you. Don't take it personal because it's not you. It was them. Read the 4 Agreements. Also, that's another book. That's a real good book to read. We want to offer forgiveness to other people because we not perfect either. We have definitely have fallen short somewhere in life where we might have treated somebody not the best that we could have, whether we was aware of it or not. So these are things that everybody is going to do at some point in life. So that same forgiveness that we will want, and that same understanding that we would want, like, oh, dang, I was young back then. I didn't know no better. I was just doing anything, right? That same forgiveness and understanding that we would want, we have to learn how to also offer that to other people. So the only way you could be forgiven for things is if you forgive other people for things. So the energy you put out is the energy you get back. You give forgiveness, you get forgiveness. Some tips for forgiveness and letting go is you can meditate, you could journal where you write these things down, write it in a form of release kind of thing, like in a positive kind of way, a venting, but still a positive type of way. You could also seek therapy. You can pray. Prayer does help, in my opinion, for almost any and everything. I'm not a religious person. I'm very spiritual. I am not going to go into details of my specific beliefs, but I pray to the universe, I pray to God, everything. I pray to the being, my creator, energy, everything. So whoever it is that your higher power is, or whoever, is guiding you, your angels, whatever the case may be, you can pray to them. Prayer does work and help. So just whatever your tactic is on releasing and letting go, just do that. But don't forget, forgiveness is for us, for you, not for them. And this is also not saying that whatever action that they took against you is right nor wrong or anything like that. You forgiving somebody does not mean that what they did to you was okay. That means that you are just releasing it, leaving it to God, leaving it to universe, whatever you want to leave it to. You stepping out of the situation and you're going to let bygones be bygones. You good regardless, right? You alive, you breathing, you good. Everything is a lesson or a blessing. So take it as a blessing or a lesson. Either way, it's a blessing. And let spirit handle the rest for you. You do not need that person to forgive. You do not need an apology. You don't need a conversation. You don't need none of that. Leave it to the universe. Let the universe handle it. Move on with your life. Just like that person most likely is doing while they living their little best life. You live your best life just like they are and allow things to fall in place the way that they need to fall in place. So good luck, and I'll see you in the next video.